Welcome back. John Barkson here with Total Health Magazine on the green carpet here at Expo West, and I have not just anybody with me. Who would have thought it would be possible that I'd actually get time with Dr. Christine Horner, Waking the Warrior Goddess.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you.
So, how often have you been to Expo West before?
Oh my goodness, I've been here every year for about 13 years, I'd say, or
13.
Longer, maybe. Yeah.
So we started coming here about the same time then.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's talk about your book. I love this book. Most of our readers are post-secondary educated women with families. Mm-hmm. Don't want to sound too clinical there, but this book covers, I'm sure, a topic that is going to be really important to a lot of women.
Yes.
It's all about breast cancer.
Yes, it is. Yes. So I'm a plastic surgeon by trade, and my own mother developed breast cancer and died from it. And then in my practice, what I noticed was that my patients were getting younger and younger and younger until finally I was doing women in their 20s.
In their 20s?
In their 20s. And I went, okay, something's wrong with this, and there's got to be something that women can do in order to lower their risks. And we know that because in Asia, the risk is very, very small. If an Asian woman moves here to the United States and adopts our American diet and lifestyle, what we found is her risk will match that of an American woman's within.
I read that some time ago.
Within one generation. Yeah.
Within one generation.
Within one generation. So we absolutely know. And so what I did was I went through the medical research, and at that point, it was back in the, we're going to say back in the 1990s, we didn't know anything. There wasn't Dr. Oz, back then. And I had no idea what I was going to find, but I went through the medical research and I found literally thousands of studies showing exactly why we have a breast cancer epidemic, everything we're doing to contribute to it, and the things that we traditionally don't do in this culture that are highly protective. And they were all natural. So foods, supplements, herbs, lifestyle choices, huge statistical data. And really the incredibly sad thing is here I went through medical school. I did a residency in general surgery and one in plastic surgery. So I did 15 years of medical education. I didn't have a single course in nutrition. I was taught.
I'm still shocked that even to this day, they don't. I went back to my medical school. I was at the University of Cincinnati, and I went back to my medical school 20 years after I had graduated. And I'm now certified in Ayurveda, the traditional system of medicine from India that Deepak Chopra talks about. And I asked them, do you have a course in nutrition? This 20 years later. No. It's unbelievable to me. So everything that I learned, I was taught that these things didn't really matter. Oh, herbs didn't work, supplements didn't work. Oh, it doesn't matter, what you eat. They gave people, glazed donuts and green Jell-O post-surgery and stuff. And anyway, I started learning about Ayurveda, and of course with the research that I did for the book and everything, it really took me into this completely different direction. So I thought there's so many things that people can do that can make such an incredible difference. In fact, what I found is for each thing that has a protective effect, it causes a 50% reduction in the incidence of breast cancer. 50%. You do one thing, you cut your risk in half. If you do more than one healthy thing, those things multiply up together, they don't add up together. So it becomes incredibly simple to dramatically lower your risk. So I was just like, people need to know this because they don't know. So I pitched the television stations in Cincinnati where I was in practice and said, hey, let me be your on-air doctor on the newscast and do a segment on complementary and alternative medicine. So I did that back in 1999 through 2002. Terrific.
And then I got syndicated on the Wisdom channel. It was, not existing anymore, but it was a cable network that was, focused on that. And I was working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week to do the television as well as doing my practice. And I did it for 3 years, and then I woke up one morning and went, I think I'm going to start crying. And I was like, I don't like my life. I don't have any friends. And so that's when
you're putting so much stress on yourself, you're increasing your risk of breast cancer.
It's true. So anyway, I quit my practice. That's what I decided to do, and I dedicated myself to really teaching people about how to become and stay healthy naturally. So, yeah.
So you quit your practice, you walked away from your practice.
I did.
To follow your heart.
My heart,
which is
my passions, which is teaching people how to avoid getting diseases in the first place. And again, it's so simple. The thing that's so encouraging, for me is that it's so simple. You just take on 1 or 2 healthy practices, it makes this unbelievable difference in your life. And breast cancer is a good example because, again, we can cut, the risk in half or, even more than that, depending on how many healthy things that you want to do. So you don't have to be a victim of disease, really.
And you don't have to make wholesale changes. Because what you're talking about is baby steps. You can start with one thing. The first step is read the book.
Yeah, read the book. But like going to bed before 10 o'clock at night and getting up by 6 o'clock in the morning, this is from Ayurveda 5,000 years ago. They said that's the optimal times for human beings to sleep. Well, research shows that that's absolutely true. And if you go to bed by 10 and get up by 6 o'clock, you'll have a spike in your melatonin levels, your sleep hormone, but it's also a very powerful antioxidant and helps to decrease the amount of estrogen in the body and also stimulate the immune system. So there's a spike that occurs between midnight and 2 a.m. that you don't want to miss, because if you do, there's really catastrophic consequences, to it. And then they've also now found that all of our different hormones will interact with each other. So people who stay up to midnight consistently, they have twice the incidence of heart disease, diabetes, obesity. So you can eat the same amount of calories, but your cells become more insulin resistant, what puts you at high risk for diabetes and also causes the calories just to go to fat. So if you stay up to midnight all the time and you don't understand why you're not losing weight, that could be, one of the reasons. So simple, you just back your bedtime up 15 minutes a week until finally you're going to bed before 10. And when people do that, I've had women say, oh my God, my hot flashes went away. Oh my God, I can't believe the energy I have now. I mean, because that's how we were designed physiologically, was to sleep during those hours. So simple things like that. That's a free one too. It doesn't cost you anything.
And don't forget your vitamin D.
That's right, vitamin D, super
D3.
important. Yeah, D3. So that, a huge amount of research that's come out. In fact, you know what? This book is my 3rd edition of Waking the Warrior Goddess. The first edition came out in 2005, and it was actually voted Best Health Book of the Year, the IPPY Award for that. And now I've come out with a 3rd edition. It's got 150 additional pages because there's really been an explosion of research in this area. Where there used to be like 5 or 15 studies, now there's like 1,500 studies. And turmeric, for instance, has 7,000 studies in the medical research. And vitamin D is also something where they've done tremendous amounts of research on it. And they found that it acts like a hormone in our body. And basically, every disease state that you can think of, it is connected to having low vitamin D levels. Multiple sclerosis, breast cancer. I mean, you can go on and on and on. And then how well you do with that disease also has an influence by vitamin D. So if people are low in vitamin D, their likelihood to do well as far as recovery isn't very good. So super important.
Okay, well, that's terrific. Well, I do want to encourage all of our readers and our viewers to pick up a copy of your book. Okay,
thank you.
Like you say, this is the 3rd edition, so you've been at it for a while.
I have.
And you've done your research.
I have.
You really epitomize what we stand for at Total Health Magazine, because we're all about taking charge of your own healthcare system.
Yes.
Asking questions.
Yes.
Talking to your doctors, talking to your health experts, finding a naturopath. Not necessarily just taking that vaccination shot because your doctor says you have to take it.
Exactly. Yes.
So, congratulations on the work. And what's next for you? What are you working on right now?
So my next book is called Radiant Health, Ageless Beauty, and it's all about healthy diet and lifestyle and all the things that you need to do to improve longevity and increase joy in your life too. So that's
when
coming
can we expect that?
Very soon. So actually, I just finished the book proposal, so my agent will be selling that, and then hopefully we'll get the book out by early next year.
Well, I think we'll be doing a follow-up interview then, won't we?
It sounds perfect to me.
Okay, so thank you again for taking the time. I know you're busy down there signing books down at the booth.
I am.
So Dr. Christine Horner. The book is Waking the Warrior Goddess. It'll be up on the screen there, and we'll have the links down below this on the website. You can see the link down below there. You can click on that and go to her website.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, Christine. Thank you.
Thank you.